Welcome to day 572, I think, of crossing the Mojave. I slept in again, missed the sunrise again, but I'm on vacation, that's fine. So this will be the final day on the trail, heading west, and I should be popping out in the town of Fort Mojave. And I think I'll stop at the Colorado River, and since that's where the trail starts officially. A little overcast today, not bad. I woke up this morning at like 4 in the morning and it was 33 degrees in the camper. I had to reach down and flip the heat on. But anyway, got the map up, heading east. Let's go. Well, right by Rock Springs, there was a section of the trail that dipped down into a wash, and a few miles later had to climb back out of the wash. And I didn't get any video of it, but the climb was extremely steep, loose, sand and rock, and it was alternatingly dug out as you were going up. So you would have really needed quite a bit of suspension travel and probably at least one locker to get up it. Luckily, there's not any really hard spots on this trail that I've run across yet, and the couple slightly difficult ones, they all have bypasses, and in this case the main road was running parallel to it, so you just jumped out on the main road and caught up on with the trail a few miles later. But now we're back into the trail, going through a really cool Joshua tree forest. The trees are a little close to the road. Watch your mirrors and your camper. I've definitely touched a couple Joshua trees. Hopefully this doesn't turn into like a rutted, washed out thing that I have no way of getting out of. But I guess we'll find out. That's the fun of it. Worst case, I can back out of here and follow the main road that runs next to it. But, alright, let's see how this goes. I ran across a little house off in the distance and decided to check it out. I didn't see any no trespassing signs. It's another rock house. That's kind of cool. Let's take a closer look. I heard another truck off in the distance here, maybe like a winch running. Oh, that was an interesting encounter. I ran across a guy on the trail with a lifted Ford Excursion and a big old camper, overland style camper. And we talked a bit, and he was at King of the Hammers for a week and a half. I was at King of the Hammers. He wanted to run the Mojave Trail. I wanted to run the Mojave Trail. So for the last 2 weeks, we've been, I don't know, a couple miles apart the whole time, and just finally ran into him. Oh, that was tight. So that was kind of cool. We bullshitted a little bit, and he's from New Mexico, and he's debating whether or not to finish the trail or hit a main road and cannonball back home. Me, I've got nothing but time. So kind of funny how you run into people. Take two. There must have been a pretty big wildfire down here at some point. All the Joshua trees are burnt and dead. The guy with Yep. Have a good one. What do we got here? Another sign. Well, we stopped at another interesting little spot, and there's a plaque again. Let's go see what it says. Interesting. Nevada Southern Railway. I'm not going to read this whole plaque for you, but maybe I can copy and paste some stuff and stick it in the video somehow. Interesting. All right, back on the road. if my buddy with the excursion came through here. I think he did. But time for a snack. Well, looks like the road turns into a shelf road here. I don't know. I think it's time for 4 low. Click. All right. Hey. Well, the east end of the Mojave Road is definitely rough. It kind of looks like it goes on forever. I don't know if I won't feel like crossing another set of mountains today. But so far so good. Just keep going slow. I think my camper shifted because now it's squeaking really bad. I don't know if you can hear that. It's quite annoying. It's right behind my head, it sounds like. I definitely feel like getting off this trail. Hopefully, pavement's not too far off and I can air up and assess any damages. I definitely hit a few rocks, but for the most part I picked pretty good lines. One spot was pretty unavoidable and I tagged the hitch carrier for the bike pretty decently. I don't know, I couldn't figure any better line, and it looks like I bent or broke one of my stabilizing bars, but not the end of the world, it's still attached. Alright, 7,000 more miles and hopefully this trail is done. It's been fun. Trail update. I'm tired. I've been bouncing around for several hours and I'm about ready to be done with this. Still have quite a ways to go yet, but I found a sign. Let's go read it. Mojave Road Historic Route. Originally traveled by indigenous people to transport goods from the southwest to trade with coastal tribes. This route later assisted American settlers on their westward expansion. Military forts were established along the route to protect key water sources and provide assistance to travelers. The Mojave Road is roughly 150 miles long. It traverses the desert between the Colorado and Mojave rivers, ending in Los Angeles near the Wilmington neighborhood. Most of the existing traversable Mojave Road is within the boundaries of the Mojave National Preserve. This goes all the way to Los Angeles. Wow. Let's take a look at the map. Well, first of all, we started way down here on Kelbaker Road. Checked out the Kelso Dunes, the Visitor Center, ran all the way up to Baker and got fuel, and then ran back to the Cinder Cone lava beds, and I ended up camping here. And then the next day followed the Mojave Road all the way over to Rock Spring, where I spent the night and did a hike and checked out the rock cabin. And then today, from Rock Spring, we followed the Mojave Road all the way over, and you are here. So that's a good sign. Looks like the Mojave Road continues. I might jump off on 95 here. We'll see how I feel. But there we go. The Mojave Road, done. Ish, mostly. I don't know. I feel done. And look at Big Red, the work truck. Did a pretty good job. Definitely not work truck things. I did have a little damage. I scraped the bike carrier coming down off of something. And I broke this tie down. So I have a strap here. Just trying to secure it a little bit. I'll show you what it looks like on the other side. This is what the other side should look like. I have this turnbuckle here just to keep the carrier from twisting too much. That's still pretty tight. I don't know. Looks pretty good. And the camper must have moved a little bit. And somehow my shovel got stuck in here. So, not sure how to get that out. Alright. I wonder if I have to go out that road. I hope not. Well, let's continue on. We gotta hit pavement at some point. Well, I bet you thought that was the end of me back there at the sign. It's still a ridiculously long way to get out of here. That road, way off in the distance, I still have to do that. And then somewhere back there is the highway. I can actually see cars moving on the highway. But 20 more miles of this. Alright. Keep at it. Well, I've got updates. Another hour has passed, and I don't appear to be getting any closer to the road. So this is the non-glamorous part of overlanding. I think it's the part that everyone flashes over. Everyone wants to show you the cool trails, the awesome camping spots, difficult sections, stuff like that. But when it comes down to the monotonous hour upon hour trudging through the desert at a turtle's pace, I think a lot of this gets left out. But we're still on the Mojave Road, and this road goes all the way to the Colorado River. But it's 3 o'clock right now, and I'm thinking another half an hour till we get to pavement up here. And then I have to get on the Google and try to find a good dispersed camping site. Not the Google. Why did I say Google? No, I need to get on the Gaia map and check out some dispersed campsites south of here. It looks like there's a bunch. I just need to pick an area and head to it. But once I get up to the road here, I'm gonna stop, check all my gear. I need to put air back in the tires, and then I think I'm just gonna stick to pavement for a while. This has been a heck of a trail, and I'm glad I did it. I kind of wish I did the whole thing, but 2/3, 3/4 of it, that's pretty good. That's 3 days of messing around way in the middle of the desert. I don't know. Like, look at the mountains back there. Oh. Well, I'm gonna put the camera down again and keep trudging through this stuff, and hopefully I'll have a final update for you in a little while. Forward. You know, I neglected to film a proper ending for this trip. So while I'm sitting here editing this video, I came up with this voiceover to wrap it up and give it the close that it really deserved. Rolling down this old Mojave road with dust kicking up and Joshua trees blurring by, clipping my side view mirrors, it definitely hits different out here. No cell phone signal, no rush, just the tires crushing over sand and rock. Sections do get rough. There are deep washes and whoops that rattle your teeth, as you've seen several times throughout the video. And maybe a sandy stretch or two that makes you wonder if you're going to make it through. But you do. Every time. Mostly. Ish. Out here, though, adventure isn't some big dramatic thing. It's turning down a trail nobody's marked, stopping to read an old sign about who passed this way 100 years ago, which you know I really like doing, and feeling the quiet settle in at night so deep you can hear your own thoughts vividly clear. Life is kind of like that too, I figured out. You don't need a perfect plan or a crowd cheering you on. You just need to keep moving. Trust the rig under you and be okay with not knowing what's around the next bend. It feels good to be the one deciding where to go next. No checklists, no waiting for approval, just me, the road, and whatever comes. And it wasn't always like that, but I'm glad I'm here now and I'm able to do it. Yes, I push it sometimes. I ride way too far solo, and one of these days I'm sure it'll catch up with me. This is it now. The open trail ahead. The freedom to chase sunsets or just sit and stare at the stars. Life's not about having it all figured out. It's about showing up for the ride, taking the rough bits with the smooth, and realizing you are enough. Right here, right now, and damn, I gotta say, it feels pretty good. And I'm gonna keep rolling. There's a lot more road waiting. Thanks for joining me on this adventure and sticking with me on these terrible, terrible videos. They're definitely getting a little better with each video I make as I'm getting the cameras and audio equipment down and learning to edit a little bit better. But anyway, again, thanks for sticking through with this video, and I hope you've watched the first two parts. And stay tuned for the next adventure, whatever that might be.